The Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading presents. This book is cool. With your host, Beth Duda. Coming up, Miss Beth will have a special arts activity, words to put in your word bank, and a special interview with a person who thinks the book you are reading is cool.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to This Book is Cool. My name is Beth Duda. I'm the director of the Suncoast Campaign for Grade Level Reading. Today, we have a wonderful book. It's called Dear Mr. Henshaw, and it was written by one of my favorite authors, Beverly Cleary. This book has so many wonderful parts to it. I'm excited for you to read it. We have a special guest with us today who's going to share with us why she thinks this book is cool. Today, we have Natalie Carrion with us, and I'm going to let her tell you where she works. It's a very cool place. Hi, Natalie.
Hi.
So, Natalie, I've left it a little bit of a surprise for all of our viewers on the cool place that you get to work. Can you tell us a little bit about what you get to do?
Sure. So I volunteer at the Suncoast Science Center. It's a great STEAM makerspace. Welcome to the Fab Lab where we're doing summer camp.
Make sure that you're removing the parts that you want to remove and not the parts that you want to keep.
Where we do all sorts of fun stuff with STEAM, that's science, technology, engineering, art, and math. What I do mainly is I'm an instructor, so I plan and I teach super fun STEAM Saturday classes and summer camps where elementary age kids can learn robotics, engineering, chemistry, everything. And we also do an annual remote control car competition.
That's so much fun. I've seen all kinds of interesting clips about the great work that you do. And sometimes I hear people call the Suncoast Science Center the Fab Lab. Another thing that's really cool is the book that we're featuring today, Dear Mr. Henshaw by Beverly Cleary. Why do you think this book is so cool?
Oh, there's so many reasons why this book is cool. One of my favorites is the fact that you can see the boy Lee actually age through his writing. So in the beginning of the book, you can see he's nervous and he even has some spelling errors like a younger kid would. And then as he gets over this 4-year time period, not only does he get more mature and more confident in his writing, but his actual grammar and his spelling gets better too. And that's really cool.
That's really cool that you observed that. I noticed that same thing, and it was interesting to see him gain so much confidence through his writing. I think it's so interesting that Lee chose to have an author as kind of his pen pal, and just the act of writing to Mr. Henshaw helped him a lot. You know, I also really liked that Lee is super creative. I loved that he is a tinkerer. And when you talking about the Fab Lab and all of the things that you can do at the Suncoast Science Center, I think Lee would have really liked that space, especially as he's trying to figure out what to do with his lunchbox.
Yeah, I mean, the Fab Lab's all about trying to spark kids' creativity. So we definitely would have loved Lee. I think he would have loved our STEAM Saturdays classes. And that's another thing that I think is cool about the book is the fact that he is corresponding with the author and helping sort of vent and deal with all of these issues is very creative and it's very fun.
It's not like Lee is this great kid who has a great life with no problems. He actually has a lot of challenges that he's overcoming in the book, and I think that he's a wonderful example for all of us how we can meet the challenges in our lives, and it's encouraging.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
I know that there's a really great character in the book, the custodian, Mr. Friedley, I think his name is. He made me smile. You know, when you said the book is hilarious, he's kind of a character. He's a little bit gruff. Did you find anything about the book that was interesting about him?
Like you said, Lee is a bit of a flawed character. He's not perfect by any means. And I like that Mr. Friedley, who, yeah, he was really funny, but he also got to have this very serious and important moment with Lee, where he told him that, yes, he has problems, but everyone has problems. And you have to remember that just being mean because you have problems doesn't fix them, and you have to be positive. And so it was not only great advice, but it was also nice that Mr. Fridley got that moment.
It is really great. Well, Natalie, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for all the work you're doing in our community, helping kids to find their creativity. It's people like you that will spark all kinds of ideas for kids, and I can't wait to see what they all come up with, maybe when they visit the Fab Lab.
Yes, you should definitely come to the Suncoast Science Center Faulhaber Fab Lab. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Great to be with you. Bye now.
Bye.
It was great to have Natalie with us today. And if you have an opportunity to go to the Suncoast Science Center, the Faulhaber Fab Lab, I recommend it. It's a great place to explore your creativity. We have some really unusual words for our word bank. The first word is the word halyard. Halyard. That means a rope that's used for raising and lowering a sail or a flag. Our next word is the word diorama. Diorama. That's a scene represented by objects in the form of people or animals or things that are placed in front of a painted background. Our next word is the word custodian. Custodian. A custodian is a person who's responsible for taking care of someone or something. It's one of my favorite words because both of my grandfathers were custodians. Our next word is the word refinery. Refinery. A refinery is an industrial plant where natural resources like sugar are purified into usable products. And our last word for our word bank is the word partition. Partition. It's a wall or a partial wall that separates or divides space. Our activity today is something that I really enjoy doing. We're going to write a short story. You know, our character Lee in Dear Mr. Henshaw, he writes to Mr. Henshaw to get tips on what he should do to be able to write a really great story. And Mr. Henshaw gives him some great advice. He says to write about something you know, and he says, make sure that you're putting in feelings. And it's helpful if your character is solving some kind of a problem. So write about something you know. Well, I really like to cook, so maybe I'll write about somebody who's cooking. And I need to overcome a problem. Ooh, maybe I can write about the time I tried to make a birthday cake, but I put in the wrong ingredients and the cake didn't turn out very well. That's what I'm going to do. All right, well, I hope you'll write a story of your own. And if you do, please send it to us at connect@grade-level-reading-suncoast.net. Remember, reading is the key to succeeding. I can't wait to write my story. Okay, one day, while I was in the kitchen baking a cake, bye-bye for now.